Alright, hey guys. What we're doing today is we're going to run our decks through a gauntlet. We're going to start right here with basically the decks that we think we're running the road to nationals against each other, and then Bob's going to continue with his deck, and we're going to go over a couple other matchups, and then we'll swap and go to mine, and he'll go over those couple matchups, and then we're going to probably smash these again together again because learning this matchup seems good for the way the meta's kind of equaling out. And again, like our meta is different than every other meta, but I expect more people from different areas coming in. And if you're going to look at it at a broader spectrum, you got to start looking at the way the game's actually unfolding. And I believe right now it's Chane, Katsu, and Prism are the top three, and then it starts sprinkling from there. But all that. So, anyways, I'm going to go over my Chane deck to go first. Up here, I have all of the cards that have blood debt. So I'm going to go through. We have Unhallowed Rites. We have the red and the blue. The reason that I chose blue, so blue is going to be the cards that are most different in the decks because they're pitches most of the time, and then later they kind of become whatever. The reason I went with Unhallowed Rites here is because when you attack with it, it returns a non-attack action card with blood debt from my graveyard to the bottom of my deck, so it gets to recycle more cards, making it harder to fatigue the deck, which is a strategy that some people might do. So I think it gives you just a little extra push later in the game, but again, it's just something that I considered. We're running Riftbind, red and yellow. That's one of the strongest cards in the deck once you get to the later game, and kind of what just kind of wins, and the thing that they need to play around the most to not just get run over by Chane. So if they have an answer when they see the turn kind of going off, they need to know when to answer it, and also hopefully have the card to kind of survive a big Riftbind when it's coming in for like 13. Shadow Averser, it allows you to pitch a card into your blood debt zone to set up for a later turn. That also gives it go again, which allows you to play the card even if that's how you're going to do it. Very cool. Probably one of the better cards in the deck. Being able to give go again and set up a basically a card in hold as the Banish Zone kind of is. Anything that has blood debt is just kind of like a bigger hand later. So if you're willing to pay the life, it'll allow you to sculpt the hand for later turns, again setting up a good Riftbind turn and whatnot. We also have Ghostly Visit, which is just kind of a standard 3 block. 3 blocks are always important. Bounding Demigod is a 0 that comes out with blood debt. Rip Through Reality I'm using as a way, anytime we deal arcane damage, it gets go again, and so does Meet and Greet, which we'll get to in a bit. But I have 2 cards that get go again with the incidental damage that we may deal. We're running 1 Tome of Torment, all 12 or all 9 seeds, 12 magic, all 9 seeds. I haven't played Magic in forever either. And 3 red Howl from Beyonds. Again, just pumping. Howl from Beyond for 2 pumps for 3, and with Riftbind being the play, it pumps for 4 actually because it's a non-attack action. Okay, so that is our Blood Debt suite. Then we get into our non-Blood Debt suite. I have Vexing Malice blue. Again, it's a pitch, but towards the end of the game, if you can draw it, if they're down to 2 life, you get to throw 2 arcane damage plus the 1 attack. That makes it cost 2 cards to make. If they're at 1, it makes it so it takes 2 cards to block this 1 card. It's very strong towards the end of the game. Plus it pitches for 3. Meet and Greet, again, anytime we hit incidental damage, this just has go again, which I think is very strong. Soul Reaping, which is one of the best cards in the deck, but it's also just gets banished and it's gone, and you only get 1 of it. But it's a very strong card. Command and Conquer, this card kind of comes in and out for me. Goes in for Prism, in for Katsu, but there's sometimes I don't want to dilute the deck as much. So I actually think this, yeah, so this one comes out the most, but then Enlightened Strike I almost always keep in. Could be wrong, could not. Enlightened Strike. And then we got Ninth Blade of the Blood Oath. This is almost strictly a sideboard card for Prism. As I don't expect to get to swing it that much, but then again, I have went up a lot of blues, so maybe over this testing I see that I can a little bit more. Going into the non-attack actions, we have Mauvrin Skies blue. I have a 1 of Mauvrin Skies yellow. Again, I just wanted to push a little bit more arcane towards it since I'm running the Rip Through Reality. Plus, it gives Go Again and gives a good hit triggers in there. Eclipse, of course. Shadow Puppetry, which is just an amazing card. Again, Art of War, same thing. It's just kind of the glue of the deck. Then we're running Plunder Run. We're running red and blue. Again, this is just one of those things where if I'm setting up a big Riftbind turn, being able to set up another draw trigger plus a pump is very strong. It's also just good to pitch for blue. And then red, you always want to try to get that in your arsenal. So again, if we end up with a turn with Riftbind, plus anytime we can add it to anything such as Shadow Puppetry, Plunder Run into, we'll say, Enlightened Strike. That would give it Go Again, +3, +4 for Shadow, Go Again, and it would draw a card plus you would be able to banish a card with that, which is a pretty big game. And then these are the most in and out cards, which is Invert Existence, which is good in the mirror, and probably like a Bravo match. Who else? Very, very, very little. It's not good in a ton of matches. It'd be good in, I guess, against Rhinar, but Rhinar's kind of cusp. And then Dimensional Crossroads. This I like in the matchups I can sneak it in. I think it's for like the Katsu control match, anything a little bit slower, and really, I don't know. I feel like it can go in a bunch, but I want to have extra ways to deal the arcane damage to kind of push the Rip Through Realities and meet and greets just to get free Go Agains. I was going to go a little harder into it, but we cut one of these to make room. And also, it's not in there enough that I really want to, like the Dimensional Crossroads doesn't come in enough to really depend on it to be a source. So, I don't know. We're going to see how it goes. But anyways, so we're playing against Prism first. I'm going to have Command and Conquer and Ninth Blades in. The cards coming out are going to be Invert Existence and Dimensional Crossroads because they're... If he decides to play the cards for his enchantment or his aura build, sorry, I'm stumbling a little. If he puts the cards in for his aura build, he's going to put in Merciful Retribution, which would deal damage on our turn. I'm also probably going to run Carrion Husk, which we'll get to in a second. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So that would make Dimensional Crossroads just a bad thing. Taking those out, and I think that might just be it. We're going to run a little heavier, because I don't know what else would come out. I guess we could take out Enlightened Strike if we want to keep that going, but I think we're going to just go a little heavy with that. So for our equipment, real quick, we have Carrion Husk and Iron Ether Weave. Iron Ether Weave, if you can get away with not running Husk, you put Iron Ether Weave in and Dimensional Crossroads. This gives you a nice little boost. It's basically like an energy pot that pretty much goes off every turn in this deck. So like, if you can avoid having to run Carrion Husk, this card I actually like more. Then we're running Snapdragon Scalers because that does what Snapdragon Scalers does. Grasp of the Arknight because we're trying to make Rin Chance early in the game and kind of set up for later. Arknight Skullcap because it does a little bit of everything. And Nebula Blade.
So what we decided to go with here is we're running the full rainbow, 3 of each for Herald of Protection, Wartune Herald, and Herald of Triumph. We're running 3 of for the Herald of Erudition, Judgment. We're doing 3 blue Herald of Ravages, 3 blue Herald of Rebirth, 3 yellow Herald of Tenacity, 3 yellow Illuminates, 2 Pyroclasms, 3 Tome of Divinity, 2 Sink Below, 2 Celestial Cataclysm, and 3 Soul Shields. That is the base of my deck in my view. This is what is my main board, I guess, from a Magic standpoint. I guess in this there really isn't a main board because you choose your deck at the beginning of game 1 and only choose that. So I guess it's really not anywhere the same, but I'm just going to use those terms. And then in my sideboard currently I'm running the 1 extra Sink Below that I was going to try to run in deck, and then I decided to yank it. And then I'm running 3 of for Arclight Sentinel, Merciful Retribution, Genesis, and Ode to Wrath. I believe against Chane, I would probably add everything here except Genesis. I don't think I would run Genesis against Chane. I don't think I would swap that in. And then what I would probably swap out would be some of the red cards, probably, just to increase my ability to produce energy, since these things are all so expensive. As good as I think Genesis is, I'm not sure there's a ton of situations where I'll run it. I think that one might be something I'd play against like Guardian or Ninja. Something very control or basic. Maybe even Ninja Turtle. I think maybe I would run Genesis, but since you really don't know if it's a Ninja Turtle or not, it's hard to decide on that. In the main deck, and that's what I'm going to play against Chane this first game, is going to be just this basic build. I really just want to see how that meshes, because I think there's quite a few builds where I think I can do this deck build, but I'm not sure. So I've been playing the control build more, I feel like, or more of a control build. And I feel like I'd like to play more of a Herald build, but I'm wondering if the versatility is just too good in the Aura build not to.
So no pummels.
No pummels currently. I actually think I like the yellow pummels more for this build.
I 100% agree with that.
And just run 3 yellows. And I have them sitting out somewhere at home.
That's fine, but you can call those yellow.
Yeah.
Like, for testing purposes, you know? That's all I'm saying. Alright, Chane. And then against you, I would run...
The other thing, though, is do I run that? Or do I run Phantasmify?
I think pummel, because the discard... Because you're already going over the top with 6 and 7, so, like... That's why 3 is so... The yellow's fine, because it's +3. But... you make them discard. So if they block, and then you go over top and hit them, they lose another card over what they were willing to block. It's like it ruins their turn.
Yeah, it does. And against you, when you pummeled me the one time, I actually had to hold a block in hand and take extra damage because I could not afford to lose the other card.
So yeah, I'm gonna use Husk. And then the rest is pretty basic. Arknight Skullcap, Grasp of the Arknight, Snapdragon Scalers, and Carrion Husk, as I said. Nebula Blade as my weapon of choice.
What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing, man. What are you doing?
Almost making this stupid play.
Oh, not having Arknight Sentinel in there?
Yeah, Arclight Sentinel has to be against you.
One of the strongest cards against me. A well-placed one of those can win you the game. Just the way it is. Alright, so we're doing those, and...
Yeah, this just has to be in against you.
What is...
But I was actually saying when I was talking about the deck in general, for the most part, I was just trying to play with what I considered the base build of the deck, just to see how it plays. But against you, I know that no matter what, Arc Knight or Arc Light is gonna be in.
I think that goes in a lot of matchups.
I do too.
I think
it might just
a
stay
big
in.
part. Yeah, I think that might be the one where you don't let go. At worst, you swing one with it. It turns off a turn because they have to bring it. They have to take their turn away. Even Katsu, that's able to do it, or Chane that's going to go wide. It takes away an entire turn. So doing that at any late point in the game makes me have to make a lot of me as Chane a lot of micro decisions about blood debt that I'm willing to take. How much I need to play to not take that blood debt into that. So like you can take a lot of cards off of me if I can't afford the blood debt at that moment. The card's super strong late in the game. Now the problem with that is late in the game is like turn 4 for Chane, because now I'm starting to run off cylinders. And depending on what I've made it through, I'm gonna cut you since these are fresh. Thing. Roll that die. I got a 6. You got an 11. How you want it to roll, man?
I think I play first.
You're gonna play first. You got it.
Alright. Let this beating start.
It's only a beating if you let me beat it. Beat you. Don't. Can we start over? Don't worry, I can cut out this big long tank here.
Turn 1. Appreciate it. Alright, so pitch for 2.
Yep.
Using one of it. And popping Halo.
Sure.
I'm going to put the Herald underneath. Unfortunately, it was the only... Wait a second. What do I need it to be?
A light.
Just a light. Okay, then I don't have to do the Herald. I just give you the sneak peek.
The old sneaky Pete.
Alright.
Alright.
So then I get to draw a card.
Those sleeves are dope.
Yeah, they're the Valentine's Day sleeves.
Yeah, those are nice from this year.
Yeah. Alright. So then let's go ahead and pitch for 3 more.
4.
Or, yep, going up to 4. Or 4 more, yeah.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, that's why I did that. So then I'll use 4 of that for Tome.
Ooh! Already going off. I don't like this on turn 1. I'm gonna be honest. I think you're wasting a lot of power on a turn where I get to dump my hand. Okay. Just a thought.
I pitch for 4 more.
Sure.
become divinity.
Oh, I hate what you're doing. I mean, I guess you can do a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because you for sure.
I'm just curious because I've never had this happen before, so let's see what happens here.
Oh, man, I feel like you just Arsenal pass with a hand like that. Especially against me. All you did was steal turn 1, right? Like you steal turn 1, you Arsenal.
I think I race you though. I think if
I
we
understand,
get far enough,
but this is the one hand that I do not care at all about. You know what I mean? Like next turn, at least I have to make decisions, which I'm gonna block out anyways because I'm Chane.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, man. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't like it as turn 1. Just not a big fan.
All right. 6.
Coming in
With
for
go.
6 with go again. Okay, so I'm going to block for 3.
Okay.
37.
Alright, so I have 0.
You stop 4 cards. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's pretty good.
So let's go ahead and pitch for 5. Or for 4.
4. Yep.
Jeez, sorry. Let's go ahead and do Herald of Triumph for 6.
I'll block 3.
Alright. That will also go to myself.
34. Double tome.
Huh?
Double tome. It's funny. It's such a good turn, even here.
You have Ravages
For 5.
for 5. Plus 1 if it gets in. 1 arcane.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really wishing I had that Cataclysm.
Right? 2, 3. I take 4. Yay. Yeah, I'll go to 30.
Alright.
That's so dumb. What else you gonna do?
Okay, that was 1. Right? No, that
No,
was 2.
cost 2.
Alright, then I'm going to. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I think at this point I just Arsenal.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a good turn 1.
Or do
I think it's a good turn 1.
I feel like it, yeah.
Right?
I like that as a turn 1. I dealt 10.
You dealt 10.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
got to empty your hand, but I have a full soul.
Right. So that's gonna go there. I'm gonna make a soul shackle.
Alright.
I'm gonna pitch Ghostly Visit through Reality to swing 1. swing 1. If it hits you, I get a rune chant. Go again.
I'm gonna take 1.
Sure. So I get a rune chant. And with my go again, I will pitch Unhallowed Rites blue to make a second rune chant. Arsenal. And then midterm, which is probably not great. I feel like I'm in bad shape. 1, 2.
Alright. Yeah. Pitch for 2. Herald of Triumph for 7. Your defense cards get -1 attack.
First 7.
Yes, sir. Two cards. And 1 in arsenal.
Oh, yeah. Man, sucks to 7.
That's a little stuff on turn 2.
I'm gonna take 7, man. I'll block for 6. Take 1.
Alright, now soul.
Yeah, you sold up, man.
Yes, I did. I will never see a cataclysm for the rest of the game, except for the one that's staring at me in my soul right now. Alright. Pitch for 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
And Wartune Herald. Oh, I have 2 float.
Block 6.
Okay. Alright, and with my last 2, Pursuit of Knowledge.
That is super good. Wow, that's super good. So everything's still on the chain.
Mm-hmm. So you can waste your husk and start taking those extra damages.
Man, I don't think that's where I want to be right
or
now.
you can let me have 5.
On the 4 and let you have 5 this turn. Oh, that's so good.
Putting that 4 damage on layaway.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just going.
But you're stopping me from getting that extra card.
I don't want you to have that.
Yeah. I didn't get the
Oh
arsenal.
man, that was turn 2. Still, yeah. Well, you don't get the arsenal?
No, I didn't. I am out of cards, so I didn't get the arsenal. So you get me with a true 4 card hand next turn.
So with the reality. For 6, go again, 1 floating resource.
Okay, and 2 rune chants come with that, correct?
2 rune chants, so it's 6 total.
6 total.
Oh yeah, sorry, I did the wrong. That's what I meant to do. I have 1 floating resource.
I'll pitch for 3.
Okay.
Use 2 of it. Soul shield for 6.
So you'll take 2? Or are you gonna use 1 to do that? You have a floating resource.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with it. Yeah, might as well.
Yep. So you take 1 out of the whole deal?
Yep.
This goes to here. I have 1 more floating, which I'm not gonna use. I take 1 blood debt. And I go 4.
I'll pitch for 2. Fortune Herald.
For 7?
For 7.
So many. 7's so many. 3, 4. So I'll take 3.
Okay.
Alright, this is gone. So I banished 2. Got a 9th blade and a vexing malice. Double miss. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's start. Pitching a seeds for yellow. Playing Art of War. I'm going to choose to banish Bounding Demigod, and I'm going to pump my attacks this turn. Draw 2. Okay. Okay. I have 1 floating resource, which is a decent start here. Okay, hold on, I gotta think this through here. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna play.
Did you know?
Yeah, I missed. I missed on both. So I'm gonna play Maruvian Sky, and then I'll play Bounding Demigod, which is gonna come in for 5, and if it hits, I get a Rune Chant token.
Okay.
And it has Go again from Maruvian Sky.
Alright. I will take 5.
Take 5, I get a Rune Chant. Likes his hand. Then Chane. Up. Pitch Meridian Sky, go to 4. Spend 2 to come in for 4 with a rune chant, and if it hits you, I get a rune chant.
Alright.
And that has to go again from Shackle.
Okay. 4 plus 1. Yeah, I take 5 more.
Keep that hand, huh? So I'll get a rune chant from that, and I'm gonna end my turn. No arsenal. Take a
No arsenal?
No.
Okay, so that's staying in hand.
Snow arsenal.
Alright, so let's go ahead and pitch for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hero Protection for 7. Alright.
Command and Conquer for the path.
Yep, you get it. I will arsenal.
Alright, I banish 3, Command and Conquer, Shadow Puppetry. Man, I am not doing awesome. Wow, complete misses. Jeez. That was terrible. Go to 4. Pitch Howl. And this, so I have 4. I go again. I'm gonna come in for 1 plus 1. If it hits, I get a rune chant.
Okay. 1 plus 1, you take it up for the go again.
Yeah.
You have 2 energy?
2 energy, yes.
Okay. I am going to pitch for 2.
Mm-hmm. Man, getting rid of them good cards.
And I will use 1 and 1 and block 1 and 1.
Okay. Command and Conquer. Not sure what it's worth, but it seemed like a good swing.
Kills my arsenal though, right?
If it hits you, yeah.
Well, I guess screw it. Let's go ahead and pitch for 7. Play that for next turn.
Okay. Takes 6.
Take 6.
Yeah.
No arsenal card to lose. I
take,
couldn't pump that up again.
I take
now 'cause I already
advantage.
blocked.
It's already pumped once.
Yeah.
But it has to be off the chain, which it
Yeah.
wasn't. But if it goes back, if the chain's broken, you don't have to pay it again. It's for the turn.
Cool.
Yeah, I found that out very recently. So I took one blood debt. I go here. That means you're gonna just go down. I'm gonna do 4, or well, I'm gonna draw these 2, 3, 4, and then I'll do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get to do that. It's actually a pretty good turn. There's really not a whole bunch I can do here. Let me think. Actually, that's probably the best thing I can do, right?
Oh wait, during my turn, I should have swung with the dude.
What dude? Oh, this thing? Yeah.
I did forget the attack. The one attack.
It's fine. I'll just take it.
Alright.
I don't know what else I had to do.
Thanks for letting me take that back since it's our first test through with it.
I'm definitely gonna shackle. I just gotta figure out what exactly I'm doing here. I think I'm doing well, let's do man. Yeah, I'll pitch this to make a rune chant. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll make a rune chant and then I'll play Unhallowed Rites at this. The rune chant will go off and come at you, and the ability on this will happen also, which I have a yellow Seeds of Agony that will go to the bottom.
Alright. And I take one.
If you want, there's one of this, and then 2 of this, or well, yeah, nothing. You got you. I see what's this goes here. I take 3 blood debt.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna arsenal for sure.
Take any help I can get.
Yeah, I should have pitched different.
Pitch different.
I would have pitched Ghostly Visit first, so I can get rid of that also.
Okay.
And then Modern Skies. I misdid the math. And then I would draw. So I would take 3, which I didn't do, right? Yeah.
No.
So I'm at 19, and I will draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3.
Alright.
And okay, and you pitch to. Okay, I feel pretty good.
Feel pretty good about what?
Because you don't have any of those cards coming.
Yeah. No.
The cards that win you the game, I get to hang out and just play with now.
Alright, so let's go ahead and play Celestial Cataclysm first. Does it matter?
No, it doesn't.
I didn't know if it was random or not, so.
I'll block for 4.
Alright.
Yeah. So I take 3.
Alright. Let's go ahead and pitch for 2.
Yep.
And play Herald of Triumph for 6. And your stuff gets -1.
Yeah, I gotta take it. Go to 10.
Alright. I will.
Arsenal? Or swing stuff?
Yeah, I'll arsenal.
Do you have things to swing? No. Okay. Here we go. So I do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So let's see here. This is one of them turns right here. Let's start with
Well, the turn you thought that I had such a good hand that I didn't want to let it go, it was 3 arc lights. They were all together. That's what happened.
Got you.
So
okay,
that's
so
why
I'm
I
gonna
had to
pitch
do
Howl
all
of
that.
Beyond to play this with Go Again. So I'm coming in for 2 with Go Again.
2 with Go Again. Does it give you anything if it hits me?
No. Just a happy go lucky 2.
Alright, so I take the 2.
Alright, then see, I don't think I get to do both. Maybe I do. Or maybe I can do that plus that. Oh, I guess it's not as big a turn. Oh, well, I want to do that. Okay. Ugh. Oh, I can't do both. So sad. Oh, I guess I could do that though. Let me think. So, maybe. No. It has to be this. Nah, it has to be. I'm gonna play Plunder Run.
Alright.
I'm gonna play Maruvian Skies.
Okay. Alright, so what do we got? Plus 4 right now?
Plus 3.
Plus 3, and if it hits, Go Again? Or
It has go again, and I get to draw a card if it hits. And then I'm gonna pitch for 3 to play Howl from Beyond.
Okay.
And then into Riftbind. Riftbind's gonna be for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 physical, period. If it hits you, I get 2 Rune Chant tokens, and I draw a card. And it has Go Again from Maruvian Sky.
Okay. I'm gonna block 12.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just blocking it all.
Okay. And spit block. Come in for 2 more.
Alright, take 2.
I'll
I didn't take any arcane. It was all
yeah.
could give you Rune Chance.
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure. So I took 2.
Yep, and I'll take 3. I never did that. That's fine.
I mean, take it out.
Nope.
No,
That's
okay.
fine. I see where you're at. Bad shit. Oh, I should have did that. That's alright. I plan bad.
Alright.
I draw up 1, 2, 3, 4.
I pass turn and draw up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. seeds. Seeds. Shadow puppetry. Pitch Riffbine for 1 to play Riffbine. Or wait, I might be lying. Hold on, that might not be what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm trying to pitch Riffbine and then this to play Howl from Beyond, which will leave me with 2 left. We're gonna tick this up to 6. And I'm gonna use 1 of it to fire off Riftbind.
Okay, so what are all the things this time?
Okay, so I have 3 separate siege triggers coming at you.
Okay. And
then
what is the siege trigger?
They're arcane.
Okay.
1 arcane damage each. Riftbind's coming in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11.
And if it hits you, I can look at the top and banish it. I have 1 floating resource, and it has go again.
1 floating, no cards in hand. You can look at
could I take this back? Never mind. Don't let me, because I did it. But it already had go again from Shadow Puppetry. Like I should have been able to clear my.
Okay. I mean, you can't like play it right. This is our first playthrough. So.
All right, so this would actually be at 5 still, because I'm gonna take it up afterwards. Anyways, so yeah, I would have took that back.
Yeah.
So it's coming in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 3 arcane. And if it hits you, I can look at the top and banish.
Okay. Alright. Does anything in your graveyard get bonus if you dealt arcane this turn?
In my graveyard?
Or does your sword, is your sword the thing that?
Yeah, I mean there's a few things that do, but nothing.
If you dealt
nothing
arcane?
showing. Nothing showing though.
Okay. Well, just in case, let's go ahead and do all 3 of the arcane.
Okay.
And then we'll block 9 other, and I'll take 2.
Take 2. I will look. I'll keep that on top. And then I will tick this up to come in for 4.
Alright, I take 4.
With go again, and then I'll use the 1 to come in for 4 again. And I will put, I guess, Seeds of Agony blue on the bottom for Unhallowed Rites.
Alright, and we're done.
I'll take 1, go to 6. Clean this up. Draw up. I take it you're passing and drawing again?
Yeah, I have to.
1, 2,
So we'll
3,
get
4. And then we'll do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Losing 2 each strikes. And a meet and greet. And we got Tome Seeds. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, I'm going to pitch for 3. I'm going to do Art of War pitching Riftbind And to draw 2, and we're going to and pump it. Okay. I still have 2 floating resources. What is it? My next attack action cards get that. Oh, I didn't do go again. That's right. We got 2 floating. Go. I don't know if I can do that. I gotta think about this. So we have 2 floating. Everything's pumped 1. And tick up. And play tome. Draw. With go again. Let's play seeds. Seeds. Seeds.
I think somebody just yelled your name from outside.
No, it's a cat.
Are you sure?
Yeah. %. Yeah, those are cats fighting. Seeds.
It sounded a lot like Vince at first.
Sure. I understand. Sorry. This is kind of where it gets in depth here. Alright. Well, I guess I could do that. Into that. Yeah, let's make a rune chant. And then pitch for 1. Yeah, pitch for 1. Or actually, no. Pitch for 2. No. Pitch for 1. That's exactly what I want. Attacking for 1 siege trigger. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coming in.
All physical?
All physical and 1 siege trigger.
Let's block for 6.
So take 2 and a siege trigger.
What's the siege trigger?
Well, not so take. We'd be moving to whatchamacallit. It's just arcane.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take 6 and. Or wait, do you get to search or do anything like that?
No, but we have to go to reaction step.
Okay, so. Well, I was asking that before we go to reaction step to decide if I wanted to block for another 3.
So no, at the moment nothing happens.
Okay.
It's just pump. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 8. So you take 2 and 1 seeds. So take 3. Well, reaction. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
give it go again, and then I will come in for 7.
7.
Yep.
I'll block 3, take 4.
Sure.
Go to 6.
I'll take 2, go to 4. Oh, sorry, there's a rune chain in there too.
Oh.
If you want it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll just take it to make that.
This goes
Easy
here.
transition.
I draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright. I will pitch for 3
Mm-hmm.
and play Herald Rebirth.
Coming in for 5. Oof, boy. You actually got me good. You actually got me good. Shit. Oh, no. 5. I'm probably gonna die to my triggers no matter what. I got a block for 2.
Okay.
You take 3, go to 1.
On the 1. Alright.
Sucky, you have a trigger there.
Oh yeah, I get to put
Yep.
1 on top.
I think I might be in big trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, yeah, that does not look great. Let me think here, because I think I'm in trouble. Oh, there was one more siege. Not siege. Yeah, siege trigger on. Sorry, Enlightened Strike also had the 0 seed trigger go off.
Oh, okay.
You can do anything different.
I'm already so far past that.
I'm sorry.
No worries. I'll just take 1 more.
Ugh. I have a very not great hand for what we're doing here.
Yeah, but you gotta sneak 4 through with all those cards.
This doesn't look great. Why is the plunger on here? Oh, I blocked with that. This is not great. Yeah, I think you just being having to survive makes me lose right here. Well, we'll see. Let's go with I'll play seeds.
Okay.
I will. It's actually pretty good, actually. Let's see. I can't do all that. That's for sure. I can't do that. Play Shadow Puppetry. Or no. I don't want to play Shadow Puppetry. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Shadow Puppetry into. Is that the worst thing I can do? Actually, that's pretty good. Maybe. It's a lot of. Oh no. Oh, this is so hard, dude. Alright. pitch Eclipse. And I'm going to use 1 to come in with Unhallowed Rites. It's going to have a Seeds Arcane trigger, and it's going to come in for 5, and I can look at the top if it hits you, and, you know, look at the top.
So 5 plus 1 arcane.
Yeah, and then I get to put a Red Seeds back on the bottom.
And you get to mill. You could potentially throw one.
Yes, I get to look at the top.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna pitch for 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna use 1 to block. 1 for the 1 arcane. And then 3 more. I'll take 1
and I get to look.
Physical, and you get to look.
What is it?
And I
Look at
already
the
took
top
the
card.
one.
I may banish it. I feel like I banished this because blocking for 2. Or no, I die no matter what, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so we're at that. And how many cards do you have?
2.
Let's man. I'll tick up. I'll come in for 4.
Okay. I'll block for 4.
1 card in hand still.
1 card in hand.
Let it go again. You have 1 card in hand.
Yep.
And I have to do. You blocked all 4?
I blocked all 4.
Shoot. You've taken no arcane damage, right?
I've taken no arcane damage. Yeah, if I'm blocking arcane, I'm gonna try to block it all because I know you have triggers for arcane.
Yeah, I just gotta.
So it's one of those all or nothing things. I feel like if I can.
I feel like I just lose here. That had that. I ticked that up. I can do this. It just doesn't hit you for enough. Block that. I guess I could do. No, can I do that? What? That might get there. Does that get there? Do this. I'll make a rune chance and swing blade for 5. Well, 4 plus 1.
Okay.
I think that's my only chance.
I block 3.
And you take 2.
Take 2.
Oh yeah, I have no way. Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
So apparently it's really bad to have all 3 arc lights right in a row.
I mean, you say bad, but you won. So
yeah,
I don't know how bad.
I feel like that's where
out.
I fell behind though, card wise.
I don't think so.
Because I lost so much life there that I actually had to start playing defense.
Right, but well, yeah, you lost tempo there, but you got out of it.
I mean, I had to pretty much shift and completely play differently after that because of the fact that I had 3 zeros. But that was just bad shuffling. That was us putting the deck together and me throwing 3 of these things in together, and somehow they got shuffled all back together.
Oh my God, I had it.
Did you?
I had the line. So just to back it up, I found it. So I would make this. This is in your hand. This would still be in my hand. I'd be at 1 resource. I think I found the line.
Okay.
So I think I pitch this to make 4. Use 2 to make the rune chant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is for sure the line. 2 to make the rune chant, then pay 2 to rip through reality for 4 plus this. So it's going to give it go again because this will hit it before this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, you may, if you have dealt damage to the opposing hunter, gains go again. So this would hit and it would gain it. I believe is how that works. I think so. This would go off because you would have to block this, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can't block that. Not block this. This would hit you. This would get go again, and then I can come in for 2 with you and having an empty hand. So I had it. I missed it, but I think that line gets me there.
And I think that's just not being completely comfortable with your cards, and I think that you're just going to get that as we play more and more.
Yeah. Well,
Which,
I mean, I've been playing this deck long enough to not use that as an excuse. Like I've been playing this for like a month and a half straight. Every time. Well, how long have we had CNC decks? Because it's been Chane ever since I've started playing CNC.
yeah, so, yeah, it's been a while because I started off. Well, no, you started with Prism, I thought.
I never put it together.
Oh, okay.
This was it.
So, yeah, it was Brute versus Chane for a while there then.
But yeah, so it was there. I just had to think it out a little bit further. The 0 cost would have got me there. As long as this works the way I think, because it says as long as it's delta, it gains it. So this would probably do that, at least to my knowledge. You know what I mean?
I
Man,
absolutely
such a good
love
game.
ending a combat chain with Pursuit of Knowledge, though.
Yeah, it was nice. It was definitely good.